everyone, this is Cindy with Creating with a Heart, back again with another mini envelope and card album, and it measures 7 3/4 by 5.5 is the size of the actual album. The pages are about 7 by 5 or so, and this is Graphic 45's Birdsong, and so what I did was I cut one of the pages out. This is Birdsong, so that could be my title, and I used some gold braided trim along with a bunch of petaloo flowers, and this is a little silver fan charm which I've adhered with hot glue. So all of this is here with hot glue, so it'll stay very nicely. And so that's my cover. And then the back, I didn't have enough of the gold trim, so I just lined the back with some white, and that's what the back looks like. Here is the spine, and it's got this really pretty trim from, I can't remember where it's from, but it's in my stash, so I've got that trim. And then the album itself is really beautiful. So in my album, I create my own sort of assembly. So it has a hard chipboard spine as well as hard chipboard covers, and then I don't have the flaps here. It's very clean. So I really love how this looks. It came out really beautiful, I think. So, and then it has all the cards which we use as quad mats, and these measure, I think it's like 6 by 5, so they're very, very big. So you can fit full size, pictures on these. And so we've got this, and what I did was one of the sheets had these fun sort of cutouts of the girls from the Orient. And it's funny because I think these are, Chinese girls, but some of the writing I saw looked Korean, so I don't know if they just kind of mixed all of the Asian stuff, because this is like Japanese kimono, so I don't know. I don't get it. It's like Shanghai type stuff. So it's sort of like Birdsong, kind of like the Orient, because it doesn't seem specific Chinese, Japanese, because this is to me Japanese. This to me is Chinese, these cutouts. And like I said, I saw some writing that looked Korean to me. So go figure. So anyway, but it's beautiful. I mean, this would be a wonderful album for Hawaii, for visiting the Orient, for, venturing into Chinatown in New York or San Francisco or wherever. So there's a lot of uses for this album. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. I had intended to make it for my brother, who was supposed to be going to China this year, but they're buying a house. So him and my sister-in-law are buying a house, so they don't have any money. So they've decided to hold off on their Asian trip. So I'm gonna have to do something else. So here we go. And this right here is a tag from the paper collection, and you could put, a mat here if you want, or just set a picture in there if you want. These giant mats. These measure like 7 by 4. So I just set this card in there. Of course, you can journal, you can put a picture on it, whatever you want. So you can kind of see how a picture can fit right in that spot there. So, as you can see, the paper is very, very beautiful. Just lovely. And I love the paper. I just think it's really, really beautiful. So, here we go. And then here we have pocket there, and then we have some pockets here on the quad mat. Okay. So for this, of course, we have some cards here, and then we have our little mats here. But you could put pictures, you could journal, you could attach memorabilia. So lots of fun things, you could do with this. And I love the paper. So beautiful. So I think I've got another 8 by 8 paper stack. So I don't know if I'm going to try and make something with it or not, but I love it. I had a hard time cutting into it because it's so beautiful. So we have a big mat here. all kinds of places for journaling. This is another sort of open kind of tag. So you could place a picture here, or you could put another mat here if you wanted. So you can see that fits right in there. But I love having, you know, places to journal, or at least to put the place, you know, or who was in the picture. So if you don't feel like doing a lot of journaling, because I don't always do a lot of journaling because I'm really bad that way. And then on the back side of here, it had I just cut this out because I was just beautiful. And so you could put little pictures in here and also on the back, but it's hanging off of this side of the pocket. And I love that. I think that's really fun. And so here's another quad mat. Lots of places, over 50 places. I think I counted about 65 places or 70 places that I would put pictures. So here's another sort of open tag that you, of course, could put a picture. You could put another mat. You could put, you know, a travel brochure, whatever you wanted there. I should show you guys my old album that I made when I went to Europe. I say old because it was in 2000. And I didn't have a Cricut. And I used a lot of stamps in it. But I made a lot of little creative places to put things like travel brochures and tickets and our itinerary and stuff when I went to Europe. So those are fun, still fun ideas. So here's another one of these mats. I cut out this from the paper collection, attached it. I think this is like 4x8. So these are like little spots are like about 4x4 for pictures, journaling, attaching mementos, and they just hang off of the back side of the opening here. And then of course we have our places for pictures, and you could put a picture here. And then there's the giant mats, which are 7x4. And so the back side, and then we have a place here, the quad mat, and I got some other places. So I try to include a lot of places for pictures. So I gotta remember to take a lot of pictures, otherwise it's hard to fill these albums up because they do hold a lot. So if you go on a big trip, you could pretty much use one album for that whole trip. Okay. And then this is the back. This is the very back page. You can see how clean it is. And this is Cindy with Creating with the Heart. And thank you very much for watching today.